Hello, dear students. Welcome back to our news channel. Let's go to the article of the day. Students, in today's episode, we are going to divert into an important global event that impacts the technology and renewable sector. See, China has recently decided to restrict export of two critical minerals, germanium and gallium. Now, if China has decided to restrict export, so that means we are not able to import these two important critical minerals. Now, what are critical minerals? Critical minerals होते क्या है? Students, critical minerals are natural resources, right? They are found naturally on Earth and they are essential for modern technology as well as industry. But the thing is, they are difficult to find, and even they are not found in all the countries, right? And these minerals, they are important because they are used in things like smartphones, electric cars, batteries, and we know that how India is pushing for electric vehicle, its vision of electric vehicle, because we are importing so much of oil and diesel from other countries. The it's almost 86%, and it's increasing our expenses. So that is why India is thinking of switching to electric vehicles. And we have seen that many times government is even providing incentives for the development of electric vehicles, right? And for these electronic items and electric vehicles, we need certain minerals, certain elements. And one such element is gallium and germanium, right? So, however, these minerals, they are found in only a few countries, which makes their supply uncertain. Some examples of critical minerals are, apart from germanium and gallium, are lithium, cobalt, right? And countries depend on these minerals for making advanced technology. So that is the reason they are considered critical. Critical क्यों? अब critical का मतलब क्या होता है कि जो important है, और अगर इनका शॉर्टेज या इनके सप्लाई चेन में डिसरप्शन होगा, then it can affect our economy and important industries, right? क्योंकि इनके सप्लाई में अगर शॉर्टेज हो गया तो इससे इंडस्ट्रीज अफेक्ट हो सकती हैं और इकोनॉमी को भी असर हो सकता है. दैट इज व्हाई दीज मिनरल्स आर नोन एज क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स, बिकॉज दे आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट for the economy, for even industries for that matter. And India relies on critical minerals like there's germanium, cobalt, lithium for various key factors. And there are mostly used in technology, electronics, and even renewable energy. जैसे कि जर्मेनियम है, जर्मेनियम का सबसे बड़ा जो यूसेज है वो किसमें है? फाइबर ऑप्टिक्स. Okay, and in India, it supports the country's growing telecommunication sector. आपने देखा है कि पहले क्या होता था कि जैसे अगर एग्जाम्पल दिया जाए, पहले हम इंटरनेट यूज करते थे तो उसको अगर वाईफाई से कनेक्ट कराना होता था, सो वी यूज लैन and this broadband connection. Now what is happening is we also have an alternative. We can opt for uh, fiber optics, right? Fiber network, fiber Wi-Fi. So why is this possible now? Because of these critical minerals. So germanium is important for telecommunication sector. And we know that India has been proponent of uh, International Solar Alliance, and India is promoting so much uh, for the renewable source of energy like solar energy, right? So in solar power projects, which is part of India's larger goal to increase its solar energy capacity, we need germanium. And same is the case with cobalt. Cobalt is an important element in making lithium ion batteries, which will be used in electric vehicles एंड इवन स्मार्टफोन्स इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स आपने देखा है कि इंडियन गवर्नमेंट कितने सारे अभी रिसेंटली हमने एक गवर्नमेंट स्कीम के बारे में भी डिस्कशन किया था जहां पर गवर्नमेंट ने इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स को काफी ज्यादा प्रमोट किया है रीजन बीइंग इज सिंपल रीजन इज इंडिया इज ट्राइंग टू फोकस ऑन एक्सपैंडिंग इट्स इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल प्रोडक्शन एंड दिस इज एक्चुअली अ पार्ट ऑफ इट्स green energy transition, right? And this whole green energy transition is heavily dependent on cobalt. So India aims to reduce pollution by promoting electric cars, and that is the reason India needs cobalt to make powerful and long lasting batteries. अब आपने इंडिया में देखा होगा कि बहुत सारे ऐसे सिटीज हैं विच आर हाईली पॉल्यूटेड, बहुत ज्यादा पोल्यूटेड है, तो कहीं ना कहीं प्रोडक्शन में और इवन स्ट्रक्चर में चेंज लाने की जरूरत है. दैट इज द रीजन इंडिया इज promoting and India is expanding its electric vehicle production. And similarly, we also have lithium, which is crucial for making rechargeable batteries, especially in any renewable energy storage system. And India is also working to reduce its dependence on oil and coal by using more electric vehicles and solar power. क्योंकि इंडिया का जो डिपेंडेंस है ऑयल पे अगर बात करें तो मिडल ईस्ट रीजन पे, एंड जस्ट द अदर डे वी हैव डिस्कस दैट हाउ द एस्केलेटिंग सिचुएशन इन West Asia is going to affect India's economy or the supply chain of these fuels, right? So India is working to reduce its dependence on oil, and which is also one of the key factor of India's rising trade deficit and its rising import bill. So India is even exploring domestic lithium reserves to boost local production and reduce the imports. So that is what is happening currently. Now, what happened recently, that China decided to restrict the export of two critical minerals to other countries. This is germanium and gallium. Now, these minerals are crucial. Just now we have learned that these minerals are quite crucial. And germanium and gallium might not be common household names, but they play a very important role in modern technology. See, germanium, uh, as already mentioned, it's used in fiber optics, which helps transmit internet signals across the world. And gallium, on the other hand, is essential in making LEDs, smartphones, and even high performance semiconductors, which power everything from computers to electric vehicles. Now, here's where China comes in. China dominates. Please remember, students, China dominates the global supply of both these minerals. It produces around 60% of germanium and 90% of gallium. So this dominance means that many countries, including major economies like Japan and US, they are heavily they rely heavily on China for these resources. So when China decided to impose restriction on the export of these minerals, it sent a ripple effect through the supply chain because prices of both these minerals surged, and industries is they started worrying about future shortages. And this move is seen by many countries as part of China's strategy to leverage its control over critical resources, right? Because it will also have effect on the diplomatic relations between the countries. As countries, they try to, scramble to secure their own supplies. For example, we know that Japan, it relies heavily on gallium for making advanced electronics. So it is now, Japan is now considering alternative suppliers or increasing its reserves to avoid a crisis. However, this disruption might also push other countries to explore their own resources or recycle these materials in a, you can say, in an effective manner, so that they can reduce their dependence on China in the long run. And nations and countries like US and Australia have already started looking into mining their own reserves for these minerals, and they are also focusing on the recovering these minerals from electronic waste. So what does this mean for the future? And as students, as we move towards a more technology driven and green energy world, securing access to critical minerals like germanium and gallium will become even more important. And China's recent decision has highlighted how interconnected the global economy is. And it's a reminder that even minerals can play a big role in shaping global policies and industries, right? तो अब इंडिया भी, क्योंकि जैसे हमने डिस्कस किया कि इंडिया को भी ज़रूरत है सोलार इक्विपमेंट, इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए, तो इंडिया ने क्या किया, ऑल्टरनेटिव तो देखना पड़ेगा, राइट? So India and the US signed an agreement to strengthen the critical mineral supply chain. US ने अपने रिजर्व्स को देखना शुरू किया और इंडिया यूएस ने एक अग्रीमेंट साइन किया, राइट? So students, thanks for listening to today's episode, and we'll be back with more insights on current events that shape our world.